So today I basically want to talk about Your Name. There should have been an episode of Brief History of Anime today, but just life's got in the way this week and it just can't be helped. So hopefully that should be out next week. But yeah, basically I want to talk about Your Name, the anime movie from 2016 that really did take the world by storm in terms of an anime movie. It's the second highest domestic film, anime film in Japan, behind Spirited Away. So basically, I originally didn't watch this movie when it came out. I heard a lot about it, but I thought, being a hipster and all, I thought it would be lackluster. I didn't think it could live up to the hype. But basically, I consider this movie now to be this generation's Akira. Basically, I think Your Name is going to be that movie or that piece of anime that gets more people into the genre and into the anime fandom, if you will. So with Akira in the 90s, when it came over to the West, it'd been something no one had ever really seen before. Animation in the West was always considered cartoons more of a childlike medium. But obviously, in Japan, they were making anime, and it's more mature topics, as well as kids anime and stuff. But I think Akira, from the perspective of a viewer today, is more of a. It looks dated. The cell animation ways of Akira, and obviously 90s anime, and even the early digital anime of the early 2000s. Aren't necessarily aesthetically pleasing, especially in the West when we have such things as Pixar, Disney, DreamWorks, such quality things in there, and also our more adult TV shows such as The Simpsons and Family Guy. They have a nice polish to them, which I think makes things more appealing. And this is where I really think Your Name will become that entry point for people. So yeah, just because everything in this movie just looks nice, and I feel it's something you could watch with someone who isn't necessarily an anime fan. I often get asked by people I work with and things where should you start? Anime is such a big wide thing. I always suggest something a Death Note or other anime movies. Little Witch Academia is one I recommend quite a lot, mainly just the short, just because it's not a lot of time, and it really is a showcase of some the really good animation. So why didn't I watch this until now? So basically, I am a bit of a I guess a bit of a hipster. I feel I feel if something's big and it's overhyped, I think it's more of a coping mechanism where you just kind of setting yourself, you kind of cushioning yourself because you don't want to you don't get overhyped for something and it turn out to be not as you expected, feel let down by the viewing experience. So it's kind of just one of those things I brushed off to the side. It's I don't like some of the more popular anime. I'm not such a big fan of shows like My Hero Academia or the shonen shows, the long running shonen such as Dragon Ball Z, One Piece. They're not really for me. It's fine if you like them. They all have their piece of history and all that. But, so yeah. So that's basically why I didn't watch it to now. I only really ended up buying this because, it's out of print at the moment. There is apparently a reprint coming in the UK. And I was kind of I need to get this just in case, because I kind of like to archive things. I'm kind of a historian in a way. Not so much, but I have to have something. I don't want it, I might want to watch it in the future, so. I'm a big physical media guy. If you didn't get it from the very first video on this channel, if you ever watched that, but yeah. So basically, I watched this feature as just the standard 1080p Blu-ray. I did watch the English dub in 5.1 with the English songs. I feel basically I do prefer dub to sub. I will watch something in sub if that is the only way, or the dub is really rubbish. But the dub for this was really good. The English songs I felt added a bit more. I mean, yeah, you can read the subtitles, but I sometimes feel stuff in your native language can resonate more with you than reading something. I'm not really a big fan of reading. But the visuals of Your Name really are stunning. I've seen some of the visuals online before, and I was kind of like, I wonder if I could get like a 4K version of this, but unfortunately it's only in Japan and like Germany. I don't believe any of them even have subs, so it's not possible. But yeah, I believe this is a really beautiful looking show, from like the wide landscapes, the amount of detail, and also this is another reason why I think Your Name is such a could be such a big influence on this generation and future generations. It's just because of the detail. When you're watching anime, like standardly, you're gonna like watch something this season, like a slice of life show. You're gonna see scenes reused. You're gonna see parts where like you just focus on the character's head and just the mouths moving, just all to create the show within the budget, and do the most of what they've got. But when you have like a big movie budget, you can do a lot more with the animation, than standard TV show. It looks just brilliant. But yeah, the visuals in this are very good. I would consider the visuals to be one of the best sets of anime visuals I've seen. The colours are beautiful. I would love to see this movie with HDR, because I think the reds and the blues would really pop. Yeah, everything's well detailed, and even there's a bit in the film where there's some food, like taking pictures of food with a phone. It really does look really nice and detailed. Even the rooms that the characters live in, that they really are detailed. They're not kind of like all clean and tidied up just so it looks minimalist, so there's less to draw. They are really filled out, and you can tell a bit about the person from the background and the environment that they're placed in. So the sound on this movie, the English dub is the one I watched with the English songs. You can on all the anime Blu-ray that I've watched, you can have it with the English dub and the Japanese songs. Not something I actually watched, but I may give it a go one day. But yeah, the sound and the quality of the dub, really good, really nice, and the voices aren't very there's life in the voice, if you will. It's like watching any other Western animation. There's life to that voice. It's not like some of the earlier dubs where it's just like some random person just literally just reading the lines off a script and just going off that. I don't really want to spoil so much for this movie, talking about the story. So I'm going to mention there might be some mild spoilers, so spoiler alert. Close this if you don't want to really hear anything. But I don't really know how I'm going to describe it, so because it's the first time doing this type of just me rambling about a movie or something like that. So yeah, the story is very interesting. The fantasy body switching element of this film is kind of really interesting and a really good concept. I don't know if it's been done too much before the way this movie does it. I know there's been other body switch movies and but it's just the way it was done, and then with the timing of all this and basically how they kind of connect with each other and basically resolve the story. But there is also with this story, I feel like parts of it are very relatable, especially if you're in your later teens, earlier 20s. I feel like there's parts of this that really do hit home with the awkwardness and relationships and love kind of thing. And also the one thing I kind of related to was kind of when you're walking down the road and you feel like you've seen someone, and that connection where you kind of I feel like I know you from somewhere, but I just cannot place your name. But yeah, the story is really well written. I feel like at times the pacing was a little bit, I feel like there could have been some bits of the story that could have been cut a little bit. Some people might say it's blasphemy, because it is under it's I think it's 106 minutes, under 2 hour runtime, which I don't feel like it could have gone on any longer. I feel like it did everything it needed to do. I would maybe appreciate maybe a 30-minute, hour OVA at some point to maybe see where the characters like end up in life. But I don't really know if you need that or not, because I feel like that's kind of one of the good parts about the story is the ending, and like it allows you to just like play it off in your head, like like you kind of know how the ending will be just based on like the way these characters interact with each other during the thing and like the final ending. But my overall thoughts on this movie are that it's really good. It's a really good movie. I recommend. Like, if you haven't seen it, you're on the sidelines like me, honestly go and watch it. I think it's probably on some streaming services. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. It does kind of live up to the hype, I would say. I think it's one of those ones you have to go and watch, even if it's not necessarily your type of anime. I feel like you should always try new things, because you never know what you like till you actually try it. One of my things is I love cinema and things like that, but I would never have found that love for cinema or even anime if I'd never taken the chance to go and try something new. So I honestly recommend trying it. And if you're honestly listening to the end of this, it's much appreciated. Hopefully, new history episode next week. I love you guys. So, like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow us on our Facebook page, our Instagram, join our Discord, and our Facebook group. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully, I'll see you next Friday.